corridor makes possible to keep prices. Obviously, if a major player withdraws from the food market, prices will start to grow immediately. Colleagues, representatives of the Russian Federation as part of inspection teams at the Joint Coordination Center in Istanbul constantly delay and disrupt the process of conducting relevant inspections of vessels sailing to and from Ukrainian seaports. The number of inspection teams was reduced. Russian inspectors began checking the performance of vessels that are not regulated by the JCC's guiding documents. They form their own inspection plans by choosing the vessel from the quay at their own discretion, which completely contradicts the terms of the initiative. Finally, the port of Delle was blocked. Port of Delle is one of the three main operational ports of Ukraine initiative. Moreover, Russians have completely stopped registering a new fleet since June 26. If the registration of vessels will not be restored, the grain supplies will be completely stopped. By signing the Black Sea Grain Initiative, the parties committed themselves to provide maximum security guarantees for all vessels participating in the initiative and to facilitate the food flows from Ukraine. At the same time, the Russian Federation is not fulfilling its obligations. The Russian Federation, in its comments that we have heard during the conference, omitted the key fundamental issue that prompted the conclusion of the initiative, the attack on the territory of Ukraine. Currently, Russia remains the main threat in the Black Sea. The vessels which should be responsible for the safety and smooth operation of the grain corridor fire missiles at civilians. I can share you with my own story that happened the night before yesterday, while I was at this conference together with you. Russian missiles attacked my hometown. My parents, my friends, my native home were affected by these missiles. And these missiles were launched from the vessels in the Black Sea. Distinguished participants, Black Sea Grain Initiative is a part of complex international supply chains. At the same time, it gives Ukrainian farmers the opportunity to survive, and to the most vulnerable countries and their peoples, it gives essential they need, food. We call on our partners to keep their efforts to continue to keep this grain initiative operational and to expand it for at least to the Mykola port, and to make this grain initiative more predictable, to agree on it for at least for 1 year. And thank you very much for your attention, and thank you for your intentions for this meeting roundtable today, and I wish you a fruitful discussion. Thank you.
Thank you very much, dear participant, dear organizer. First of all, I would like to say that thanks for your support in Ukraine, and without your support, unfortunately, we could not do anything with this problem which we face on during the war. Ukrainian Grain Association is a public organization. We are about 30 years old since independence of Ukraine, and about 90% from total grain export done by our members. We've got as members big and small companies which can bring the expertise around the world with all experience of 200 years. Ukraine is located in a good area, and Ukraine grows grain 1,000 years ago, export grain 1,000 years ago, And we export grain during the First World War, during the Second World War, and of course we continue to export grain during this war. And nobody will stop this process, it's clear, and the business will find the solution how to continue to feed the world. What is going now? Since war began, farmers lost a lot of money. And this war creates just unpredictability on the business. And nobody can make the clear plan, what will we do. Farmers' losses and traders' losses for the moment is only about $9 billion. It's exact losses. It's with the assets, with the stolen grain, which Russia just stolen on an occupied territory. But on the same time, we've got indirect losses, which about $30 billion as well. This map can show to you about 6,000 kilometers on the front line. It happened on the end of the February 22nd when Russia just invaded in Ukraine. And all this territory, it's about 20% from Ukrainian territory. It's 6 million hectares. And now we have to check all of this territory for the demining. Unfortunately, in Europe, or maybe it's good luck, in Europe we have no such experience, and only Croatia faced on such problem 30 years ago. And we have no equipment, we have no enough expert who can do this, and we have to stay with this. That's why such big organization as United Nations and FAO, I am sure that will help to Ukraine to find the solution how to demine this territory. I just would like to show a few photos what is going in Ukraine. About 20%, 25% of these missiles, rockets and bombs, they didn't explode it yet. And it can explode at any time when farmers just go into the fields. And as a consequences, you see that how farmers can operate on their land. It's not a joke when farmers is going to their fields and they are not sure they will come back to their home. They are member of this front line. This is one of the biggest port which was attacked by Russian rockets. Their storage capacity for 500,000 tons. After the damage of Kakhovka dam, you can see it's one of the biggest river terminal. And now you can see only sticks where it was before the birth. And the all transportation line on a Dnipro river now is blocked. Because if before we could bring the grain on Dnipro river to our ports, for the moment it's blocked absolutely. And now we have to use railway or trucks, and for the farmers it's not so useful and of course more expensive. On this slide I would like to show the evolution of grain production in Ukraine for the past 23 years. And you see, before the war we grew 106 million tons grain and oilseeds. And our forecast for export in that year was 73 million tons. Ukraine can feed up people in 3 times more on the numbers than our own population. For our domestic consumption, we use about 25-28 million tons of grain and oilseeds. All the rest we are exporting. Geographically, we have a really good access to the African countries, to the Europe and to Asia. And about 95% our export before the war was done through the Black Sea ports. You see our forecast for the next campaign. It's about 69 million ton grain and oilseeds production and export about 45 million. But it's still big number. In this season, we export 58 million ton grain and oilseeds. Additionally, we export 9 million ton. Together, it's 5.5 million sunflower oil and 4 million ton of sunflower cake and soybean cakes. And in any case, we have to find the solution how to feed the world, because we will export 45 million ton grain and oilseed. What we did during the war, we of course export through the grain corridor, and as Mr. Deputy Minister of Agriculture said that we need this grain initiative, of course. Nearly 50% from our grain export was done through the Black Sea ports. But on the same time, the situation with this grain initiative for the moment absolutely unpredictable, because the Russian team, they just block increasing number of people who can check. They start to check, for example, ballast water or quality of grain, just to increase time of checking. And in this case, the time of waiting in Bosphorus start to be absolutely unpredictable. Some of company waiting for 3-4 months to cross Bosphorus. Each of the day of the vessel cost $20,000. That's why some company bring damages with $1 million. We just make roughly calculation, and Ukraine paid for this 32 million ton about $1 billion on damage. It means $30 per ton on each ton which we export through the Black Sea Grain Initiative. On the same time, we can continue to export by railway and trucks through our neighboring country in Europe, and of course we continue to use our Danube River. On Danube River, for the moment, we can export about 2 million ton per month, and we can double this volume. This is grain corridor, how we export by countries, and you can find this information on Ukrainian Grain Association website. It's open information by products, by countries, without any problem. But if grain initiative will not work, of course I would like to continue to export through the grain corridor, through the Black Sea port. It's the most efficient way, because farmers' expenses of logistics through the Black Sea corridor about $30. But if we are going on alternative way, it's in 3 times higher. Farmers pay $100 per ton when we export through the Romanian ports or through the Polish port or other way. That's why we would like to keep this grain corridor open. But if it will not work, what will happen? How we will export the grain? Of course, we start to prepare the variant B. Variant B, it's cumulative product with a dry port, the new ports, and sea ports as well. Our government, Minister of Infrastructure, Minister of Economy, Minister of Agrarian Policy, they start to work on a financial fund on which we will accumulate 20 billion hryvnia. It's about $500 million, which can compensate any damages for the vessels which will come to Ukraine if grain corridor will not work. On the same time, we propose to European Commission maybe Europe will take a lead on this, and maybe Europe will pay all these damages and Ukraine just will compensate to European Union. In this case, I think trusting to this support will be on another level, and the ship owners will trust on this initiative faster than Ukraine will try to organize this procedure. But now this point on discussion. The bottleneck on other sources, of course, is size of the European railway and European ports. For example, all Polish port can export about 6 million ton per year. The biggest European port near us, Constanta, 25 million ton a year. All Bulgarian ports about 6 million ton. Can you imagine all of them cannot satisfy our export even with such low level which we'll face on a next campaign. All of them cannot satisfy us. They cannot absorb such big volume of grain. For example, in railway we can prepare for 12 trains per day, but unfortunately European railway can absorb just 2, maximum 3 trains per day, because it's absolutely another infrastructure, absolutely another networking system, and it's a problem. I would like to show to you this slide with the Danube River. On a, you see that on a down, it's a Romanian territory. On a up, it's a Ukrainian channel Bystraya. And we propose to organize the teamwork where we can load grain on Kilia, Ismail. On the same time, we can work on Reni, Moldavian Giurgiuleshti, and Romanian Galati. If we load their barges and after we'll move to Romanian territorial water on anchorage station, and after to make the transshipment directly, it will be the easiest way. On this slide, I put the Ukrainian side where we can organize anchorage station. It's on a blue, not circle, but on a blue color. And this, here you can see what we can do. On the same time, we can organize on a Romanian territorial water, which will be more safety. It's a quite good solution without big investment, how to increase the throughput capacity of the Dnipro River, Danube River. And the same we can organize near the Constanta port. What we need the support from business. We need just a critical mass which will be agreed to follow this project. And additionally, we will need support from the owners of barges, because our barges mostly block on Dnipro River. And if we will just liberalize them, it will be good. From Ukrainian side, we need to implement the regulation which we sign when we sign the agreement with association with Europe. And of course, I hope we will find the solution in any case. And I would like to thank one more time to all of you for the support in Ukraine. And I am sure we will win and we will continue to feed the world. Thank you.